Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. And so, welcome back um, to Astrology After Dark with Catrice, the Natal Chart Navigator. And so, tonight I'm going to be talking about the importance of um, the North Node. The importance of the North Node, what it is, and why you need to find out what yours is so that you can ultimately figure out what is your what you should be doing, what you should be following, what is your purpose here. Um, how do you figure out your purpose? Okay, it's what your soul um, should be going. Okay. So if you're new to my page or to Astrology After Dark, I kind of just talk about different astrology topics, and if and then I give you your moon sign. So if you want to know what your moon sign is, drop your birth date, and I'll pull up your moon sign for you. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, it's kind of late tonight. All right, so your north node, okay? So, first off, what is your north and north node? Okay, what is your north node? Now, in order to find your north node, you have to pull your chart, your birth chart. And so in order to pull your entire birth chart for accurate birth chart, you need your date of birth, your time of birth, and your birthplace. Okay. North node. Okay. So, what is your north node? Okay, so your north node represents the kinds of experiences that we must work to develop in order to grow, to work with our karma and to grow spiritually. So, my north node, okay, my north node is in the 12th house in the sign of Cancer. Um, your north node is where you are uncomfortable at in life, okay? Your south node, which is the absolute opposite of that, your south node, that is your comfort zone and where you are comfortable. So my north node is in Cancer, in the 12th house, and my south node is in Capricorn in the 6th house, okay? And so the 6th house is the natural house of Virgo. And so you have with the natural house of Virgo. Virgo is all about service, it's all about work. Sixth house is about your work and your daily routines, okay? And so in a past life, I was very work oriented. Capricorn is a sign of high achievement. If you know any Capricorn people, they are very high achievers. It is the sign of the goat. And so, in a past life, I was a very hard working. All I thought about is work, and I didn't focus on anything but work and achievement and status. And so, in this lifetime, um, my focus needs to shift more to my family, spending time with my family, and becoming one with myself because the 12th house represents, which is ruled by the planet Neptune. And Pisces is the house of Pisces, and that rules spirituality. No, it doesn't. That's ninth house. 12th house rules the subconscious. It rules the subconscious. It rules what else does it rule? Hospitals, institutions like jails, things like that. Addictions, so in like addictions to drugs or alcohol. It rules television, movies. Neptune is the planet of illusions and delusions. So TV, movies, music. Um, what else? I think that's it. Oh, did I say addictions? Addictions. Um, and y'all have to excuse me because I just got finished reading a few charts, so I'm kind of like, ah. Okay, so the reason that I wanted to talk about the reason that I wanted to talk about the North Node tonight is because last night we just had the full moon in Sagittarius, right? And so that full moon brought about a karmic reset, okay? A reset to where we can literally change the trajectory of our lives, okay? If we, tap into that full moon energy, okay? And that energy is going to be strong, I think until like the end of the month, either the end of the month or like close to the end of the month. Um, so as long as just tap into that energy, you can see some major changes to occur in your life. Now, also, we are in Saturn retrograde. Okay, Saturn retrograde started June 4th. Okay, and so Saturn is the planet of karma. It is the father. It represents the father figure or the more authoritative figure. Um, it is the natural ruler of Capricorn, natural ruler of the 10th house, and the 10th house is like your career and your public persona. Okay. Um, the reason I want to look at the North Node is because while we're here in Saturn retrograde, when Saturn retrograde, it wants us to reflect inward and to see, okay, where is it? What do we need to do? What do we need to let go of internally and build new structure? So moving forward, we are starting on solid ground. Okay, it's really cool how everything, you know, within astrology, how everything works. It's like you have Saturn retrograde and then the full moon, and it's like, you know, get your, get your house in order. Saturn is like a get your house in order type of energy, because if you don't, you're going to be upset. Um, Come October when Saturn goes direct. October 23rd is when Saturn goes direct. And so when it comes to the North Node, okay, the house placement that your North Node is in, that's how you use your North Node. And the sign that's on that house is the energy that you put into it. The house placement is more important than the sign. Okay. So tonight I'm just going to go over um, the house placements, okay? Because it's not the sign is how you express the energy, is how you bring that energy, how you bring the North Node into your reality is through the sign, but the house placement is what's the most important thing when it comes to the North Node. So I'll start at the 12th house and then go around. And I'm only going to do the house placements tonight. If you want to go more in depth about your North Node and how it can help you, then you can schedule a reading. You can schedule a reading with me. And so if you have your North Node in the 12th house, and so again, the 12th house is the natural house of Pisces, ruled by Neptune, which is again the planet of illusions, delusions. if you have your natal north node in the 12th house, okay, um, you tend to be hard on yourself, okay. It is the opposite energy of the 12th house is the 6th house, which is Virgo. Virgo energy tends to be it's a very perfectionistic energy. It um, It's very hard on itself, but it's a serving energy. If you know any Virgo people, they're very serving. They just want to help people. They're very selfless, a lot of them. They are critical, though. They can be critical. Um, and it's not because they are wanting to be a butt, it's just because Virgo energy is very analytical. And so we can look at something and we can, see where it's wrong or see where it can be made better. And so then we tend to just offer, hey, this is how you can do it. This is how you can become better. Now, a lot of times, uh, when we offer this energy, nobody's asking us for this energy. Nobody's asking us for this output when we offer these solutions. But because it's such a serving energy, we will offer it whether you want it or not. Um, so now, if your North Node is in the 12th house, you tend to be hard on yourself. You want to be of service to others all the time, and you will neglect yourself. As long as you are serving others, then you're okay. As long as you're doing whatever work you're doing here in the world, you are okay. The 12th house, guilt and anxiety is often present with the North Node in the 12th house. Virgo energy can also be a very anxious energy, okay? And so the 12th house is all about connecting with the divine, forgiveness, and unconditional love. Okay. And so the position of the North Node in this house suggests that you place an emphasis on connecting with the divine, on unforgiveness, on on forgiveness and on unconditional love. Okay. You also should allow yourself to enjoy life more. Okay. And so the North Node, it can be described as your soul mission in this lifetime. And so if it's in the 12th house, it suggests that your soul wants to focus inward. Okay. People who have this placement are strongly attached to reality. Um, I can speak for this placement because this is my placement. Um, and I'm a very intuitive person. I'm a very, very intuitive person. And so I do listen to my intuition, but I don't really focus. Well, I do now. I do now, but before I wasn't, focusing on like really getting to know me and spirituality or anything like that. I was just so focused on my material world and working and things of that nature. Um, and so in the last life, like I said, if your south node is in the sixth house, that's your comfort zone. Okay. And so the challenge for this placement is to connect with your higher self. Okay. Um, More. It's like you don't completely abandon the south node. You don't completely abandon, work and things of that nature in the 3D. However, you just don't put all of your focus on the 3D. Okay. Um, You have to shift your focus from the 3D to your spiritual life. If you have this placement, you have to develop faith. You have to believe that God, the divine, infinite intelligence, the universe, however you uh, however you see fit, however you classify it, you have to develop the faith that it will be there for you, and that you don't always have to do. It's not always about doing, 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 doing. Sometimes to get things in life, you just have to learn to be, to embody what you want, and take aligned action. Um, all right, so the next one is if your North Node is in the 11th house. Okay. Mm-hmm. My what? The comb. Get that one right there. I don't think they can see. It's okay. Okay, so if your North Node is in the 11th house, okay, um, this placement suggests that your soul will grow, or it can grow, by you becoming a part of something bigger than yourself and learning to trust life. Um, in the past, because your South Node is in the fifth house, fifth house is the natural house of Leo, it's the creative house. And so, um, Leo energy, that house has they want to stand out. If you know any Leo people, they are very, they're fun to be around. They are very bold and daring, and they don't mind putting themselves out there. They're very extroverted people. Um, and so the opposite of that is the 11th house, which is, what is it? Aquarius. Aquarius energy can be very aloof, very withdrawn, emotionally detached. Um, but they are humanitarian. It's a humanitarian energy, and they just want to help any and everybody that they can without becoming attached to them. There's a strong conflict with this position, because there's a conflict between your individuality and your South Node, um, and your ability to fit in. Okay, in the past, you are a very dominant personality, and so you had center attention. You always uh, uh, claimed, you wanted. Commanded. You always commanded center attention. You're the center of attention. Leo is ruled by the sun. Everything in the solar system revolves around the sun. Um, and so this lifetime, you are to take a step back and follow the rules of the group, which is also not easy for Aquarius energy to do. It is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is the rebellious planet of the solar system. It's the only one that is tilted on its side um, as it rotates. And so it just does things its own way, and it does not stand. What do you need? No, no, no more soda. Um, and so you in this lifetime have to learn to follow the rules of the group. So you craved friendships in a past life. And so the North Node in the 11th house suggests that you didn't fit in well with any circle of friends. You may have felt lonely as a child, or as a young adult, or both. And it takes time for you to develop social skills and learn to be a part of the group. And you often find it challenging to follow the ideas of other people. You may just be one of those rebellious people who's just like, no, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to march to the beat of my drum, and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay. So the house of the South node, it shows what unconscious tendencies you have. And you shined as an individual in the past. You had a royal attitude, and you were probably adored by many people. And so you may have come from an aristocratic background. And so you are a very creative person, often very entertaining. You have a joyful personality, and you are fun to be around. But when people are not paying attention to you, um, you can find it hard to, um, when people aren't paying attention to you. That's, you want attention. You crave that attention. And so in this lifetime, you need to connect to being a part of something bigger, where you are a faceless point in the mass, working with other people to bring good into the world. It's not all about you, and you being the center of attention. And so if you have this place